Welcome everyone. We're going to start the workout with a light warm-up and we're going to start by warming up the upper body. So if you want to start by rotating your arms in a forward motion and alternating the right and left arm separately. That's it, just in a balanced rhythm. Once you've done that forwards, you do the same things backwards, alternating right and left arm. Make sure your back is nice and straight and focusing on your breathing. Good, that's it. Just maintain that rhythm throughout. Well done. Once you've done that, now we're going to do both arms at the same time. So rotate in the forward motions, both arms. That's it again, keeping that back nice and straight. Big forward motions, and then same thing backwards. Good, now we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. So you're going to put your hands in front of you and you're just going to raise your knees as high as you can. Good, on your toes in a dynamic movement and maintaining that rhythm throughout. Well done, keep it up. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. Again, focusing on your breathing throughout. Good, keep it up, you're almost there. On your toes, keeping those knees nice and high. Good, same thing. This time we're going to be flicking our heels. So imagine that you're running on the spot and flicking your heels. And imagine that you're running on the spots. So using your arms as well on the sides. Good, keep it flicking those heels nice and high. And maintain that rhythm throughout. Well done, keep it up. A few more seconds to go. So now you're going to place your cones in a straight line, making sure there's enough space in between each cone. And this time, again, we're going to be dynamic and we're going to be putting a few steps in between each cones, making sure we're not touching the cones and being dynamic every time in a forward movement. Couple of steps in each, and then same thing on the back. Making sure we're not touching the cones, make sure you're looking around you. That's it. Well done. Maintain that. One more round. Good. This time you're going to put your cones in a square. And this time you're going to be stepping inside the square, then going to the left, to the right, into the middle, back, and a forward jump. And then you're going to run to the side and you're going to start again. So a few steps inside, to the left, back into the middle, to the right, back into the square, forward step, back, and then one big jump forwards. Make sure you're nice and strong on your legs to push yourself off the ground. Let's go one more time. Good, few steps in. Good, we should be getting the hang of it now. So try to go a little bit quicker, always raising that intensity, and one big forward jump. Let's do it one more time. Good. Making sure you've got your rhythm. Good, let's finish off with one big jump at the end. Good, well done. So this time you're going to take your ball and we're just going to do a little technical warm-up. You're going to be using the sole of your foot and you're going to be rolling it from back of your foot, so your heel all the way up to your toes. Just taking your time, just getting used to rolling that ball from back to front and front to back. Good, try to challenge yourself, maybe be a little bit more dynamic on your toes. Try to go a little bit quicker. If you can, just maintain that normal speed. Good, do the same thing now with your left foot. So again, rolling that ball back to front, front to back, using the sole of your foot. Good, be comfortable with that ball. And again, if you want to challenge yourself, then go just a little bit quicker. That's it, roll that ball forwards, backwards, always using the sole of your foot. Good, now we're doing a similar exercise, but this time we're going to be going from inside to outside. So again, using the sole of your foot, but you're going to be rolling it this time from the inside of your foot to the outside of the foot, always keeping control of that ball. Good, and rolling it in, out, Take your time at the beginning, get used to the movement, get used to the exercise, don't rush it. Make sure you're using the right surface of your foot. Good, and again, if you want to challenge yourself, let's go for another 30 seconds, but this time let's try to go a little bit quicker. Good, a little bit quicker, rolling that ball from side to side. And see how many times you can do that for 30 seconds. If you don't have the hang of it, just take your time and just focus on the technique. Good, well done, almost there. Well done, and of course let's do the same thing with the left foot. Alright, always making sure that we're developing both feet. And again, if you want to challenge yourself, go a little bit quicker on that left foot. This time we're going to move and we're going to go from outside and then dragging it back with the sole of our foot. Pushing it away to the side of our outside foot and then dragging it back with the sole of our foot. So outside and then sole to drag it back. Outside, sole. Outside, sole of the foot to drag it. Good, and again, if you want to challenge yourself, a little bit quicker, let's go for 30 seconds. Just going a little as quick as you can, always maintaining, of course, control of the ball. You don't want to rush it. So outside, sole of the foot to drag it. Outside, sole of the foot to drag it. Keep control of that ball. Little touches. You're now going to take a 2-minute water break, and for this next exercise you'll just need the foot bone, and this time we're going to go a little bit more dynamic. So we're just going to be on our toes and we're just going to be doing toe taps on the ball, just being a little bit more dynamic from the first bit of the workout, which was more of a warm-up. So now do double tap, so 2 taps with your right foot, 2 taps with your left foot. Again, always on your toes and bouncing, being semi-dynamic. Good, keep that up, maintain that good rhythm throughout. Good, have a little rest. And this time we're doing double tap, 1 tap, then double tap the other foot, and 1 tap on the right foot. So just alternate, 2 taps, 1 tap, and then other foot, 2 tap, 1 tap. So just working on that coordination and be able to maneuver that ball from one foot to another. So another little rest again. Going back to our, using the sole of our foot, just rolling it again, similar to what we did in our warm-up, but just a little bit quicker now. And doing right, and of course doing the left foot again. Just rolling that ball nice and quick. Good, keep it up. Little rest again, and this time we're rolling and then tapping with the inside of our opposite foot. So you're rolling with the sole of the foot and then an inside touch with the opposite foot. So good, that's it. Roll, tap, using both feet. And once you've done it one side, then we do the other side. So tapping with the inside of one foot and rolling it back with the sole of the other foot. Good, and of course always trying to challenge yourself by trying to do it quicker and quicker every time. Good, keep it up. Maintain that rhythm and relax. Have a little breather. And this time again we're going to be using the sole of our foot, but this time we're going to be rolling that ball around the cone. Lots of little touches, keeping balance with the other foot, but just rolling that ball around the cone, always using the sole of our foot. So really use the front part of your foot, using your toes to have better control of that ball and be able to maneuver around. So again, once you've done that with the right foot, then we're going to do the same thing with the left foot. That's it again, just rolling that ball around the cone, staying nice and strong and balanced on your other foot. Good, keep that up. So try to challenge yourself. Again, try to go a little bit quicker when you can. If you feel you've got good control of the ball. Good, and relax. Have a little rest. This time you're going to use one foot to go around half of the cone, and then you're going to get the ball with the other foot and roll it around the other side. So you're doing 180 degrees around the cone with one foot, and then another 180 with the other foot. Good, have a little rest. And this time we're just going to be using the outside of our foot to go around the cone. So just using the outside foot, going around the cone. Again, lots of little touches, keeping that ball close to your foot. And once you've done the right foot, as always, let's do the same thing with our left foot. Again, lots of little touches. Good, always trying to use the same foot when you can. And you can have now another little water break. We're now going to be moving on to our skill of the week, which is the Elastico. So the Elastico is a great skill to be able to beat an opponent in a 1v1 situation. So the idea of that skill is to drag that defender on the outside. We're using the outside of our foot to then take an extra touch and to hook it inside and beat that opponent. So it's a double touch of the same foot. So as you can see there, we're first of all taking an outside touch and then very quickly changing the movement of the ball to bring it inwards. Alright, so it's a double touch, outside and then inside. So just get used to that movement, starting with using the outside of your foot and then quickly bringing that ball inside with the inside part of your foot. So try to repeat that movement until you feel more and more comfortable with it. Just take your time, just get used to that movement, really think about being flexible in your ankle and be able to bring it in and out. Also think about your body position to make that skill even more realistic. Really think about that feint of bringing that defender wide to then hook it inwards. So just repeat that movement until you feel that you are comfortable with it. Once you feel comfortable with it, you can then start challenging yourself and try to do a little bit quicker and see in 30 seconds how many times you can just outside, inside, and then drag it back. Outside, inside, drag it back, and really trying to perfect that skill, but now adding a little bit more pace to it to make it a little bit more realistic. So keep repeating that movement. Good, keep it up. Well done. And really think about that body position. Bring that defender wide and then go inside. So make sure that you're nice and flexible on your knees. Bend your knees, go nice and low so you've got more agility and you're really able to pretend that you're going one direction to then go in the other. So keep repeating that movement. Good, well done. And relax. Good, so you can have a little water break and now we're going to finish off with some stretches. Just put the ball on the side and we're just going to start with stretching our quads, which is one of our big muscle groups, our thigh. So just balance on one leg and pull the other leg back, making sure your knees are together, keeping that body nice and straight, back straight. Good, once you've done that one side, do the same thing on the other leg. To help you balance, try to look at a focal point on the ground. Good. Make sure you keep that balance and you pull that leg back and you should really feel that you're stretching, like I said, your thigh muscle. Good. Once you've done that, you can sit yourself down on the floor. And this time you're going to pull one leg behind you and the other leg nice and straight with your toes facing up into the air. And you're going to go try and reach to touch your toes. And this time you're stretching your hamstring, which is a back muscle of your thigh. So that's it. Try to reach, hold that position. Once you've done one side, do the same thing on the other side. So one leg behind and the other one straight with your toes facing the sky. And try to go and reach as far as you can. Even if you can't touch your toes, try to go as far as possible and hold it in that position to really make sure that you get the stretch. Good, hold it to the end. Always think about that breathing even when you're stretching. Very important. Good, once you've done that, bring your feet together. Bring your feet closer to your body. And this time you're going to be stretching your groin and you're going to be pushing your knees with your elbows. Good, that's it. Putting slight pressure. Once you feel a slight stretch, just hold it in that position. Good, once you've done that, extend both your legs, and again we're going to be reaching a longer stretch for your hamstring, so go as far as you can to go and stretch your big muscle group, which are your thighs. Good, hold in that position, again making sure you're breathing to try to go as far as you can and hold it in that position. Good, almost there. Good, and relax. Get yourself back up. This time find yourself, you can put yourself against a wall, and you're going to have your front leg which is slightly bent and your back leg is straight. Try to make sure that your heel is touching the floor from your back leg and your body is going slightly forward, and you should really feel it on your calf, which is the muscle at the lower end of your leg. Good, and hold it in that position. Good, once you've done one side, do the same thing on the other side. So again, front leg slightly bent, back leg, try to keep as straight as possible, and if you can, keep that heel touching the floor. Good, hold in that position. Good, and relax. Well done everybody, great session.